On this week's vlog, we're going to cover Vietnam. We're going to cover San Francisco. We're going to cover winter/spring. And we're going to cover cycling budgets. Do you have a cycling budget? I've talked about this before. This year, 2025, marks the year that I'm going to implement a cycling budget. How low can you go?
Through the corner of my window, playing catch. I wanna do the guitar.
Gonna show you something. Viewer discretion is advised. 3, 2, 1. Here we go. A little bit of naked skin for you. And you're welcome. So much has happened since last we spoke. Linda has returned from Vietnam. We'll dig into that in a little bit. We'll check on the status of her, I'm gonna call it a torn rotator cuff. It hasn't officially been diagnosed, but that's what we're going with. So an update on that. And we're seeing how her getting used to sitting on a bike is coming along. It hasn't been the most easy transition. As you can imagine, if you tear something or rip something in your shoulder, sitting on a bike holding the handlebar, especially when you need a little bit of extra torque, it can be problematic. So we're going to talk about that a little bit. What I really want to get into today is budgets. I've done a video on cycling budgets in the past. How do you plan for your cycling season? How much lucre do you put aside? Do you do that, or are you just free willy? I'm going to take it upon myself this year to set a budget. How much and what do I have planned to buy? I think it was in my last video that I was celebrating the birth of spring, the emergence of spring, and how that palpable energy and excitement was just all over town. And it was so great to get out and ride. Well, I think I jinxed it for everybody, because shortly after that ride, the weather turned to shit. We returned back to what is winter, and I shouldn't be that surprised because springtime in Ottawa can be a little diabolical. It can offer you so much hope, but at the end of the day, it will crush your soul. So what did we get? Well, 2 weeks ago, we got quite the ice storm that blew across the northeast of North America. So we got it, took out power across a lot of southern Ontario, and quite a bit of accretion, as they say, on the trees and the power cables. So that sucked. And that was the weekend I was leaving to San Francisco. More on that in a second. And then the other thing that happened this week was 15 centimeters of snow, because you know that's what you expect in mid-April. Yeah, but as you can see, most of it is gone because we had rain. So not a lot of outdoor riding. I think that's the point I'm getting at. A lot of Zwifting. Been out a couple of times, a couple of noodles. And but I'm putting it out there. I'm hedging my bets. I think we've turned the corner. It is supposed to be 15 degrees tomorrow. It's about 7 right now. And yeah, things are looking up, people. San Francisco, one of the 2 cities in the US that I really love. I've been to a lot of cities in the United States, but San Francisco, yeah, I love it. It's just got this vibe about it. Sometimes though, as is the way with a lot of major cities across the world these days, it's kind of hard to reconcile the disparity in wealth. You know, San Francisco, much like San Diego last year, you know, I did notice a major unhoused problem in both of those cities, both beautiful cities, world class. But and I've been to San Francisco many times. It does seem to be a little bit worse. Anywho, on to bigger and brighter things. It's a great city. If you've not been, put it on your travel bucket list. It's well worth the trip. It's not cheap. Damn. I don't know what happened in the US in the last little while. Now, I knew San Francisco was an expensive city, but oh boy, it's really expensive. I was down there for work, 2 of us for breakfast. Now, it was down kind of in a touristy area. I was down for the Optical Fiber Conference, and maybe this is normal in the US. I don't know. It's certainly not normal in Canada. But two of us for breakfast, basic breakfast, you know, eggs Benedict, whatever, breakfast special, 2 orange juices, 2 coffees. After the conversion and the bank takes their cut, how much? Ding ding, 130 Canadian dollars. Whew. Yeah, I think that was the only meal I had that day. I love San Francisco because it has an Amoeba store. Amoeba. There's one in Berkeley, California. There's one in Los Angeles, which is the major one. I have not been to Berkeley. I've been to LA, and I've been to the San Fran one. It is truly my happy place. My God, I love it. I could really spend all day in there. If you know, you know. Did a bit of tinkering on the bike this morning. Last video, I think I had the full cyclocross knobbies on because there was still snow and ice. So I took those off, and I was going to put full slicks on. I have a set of Vittoria Corsas 28s that I was going to put on, but it's still, yeah, the street sweepers have not been out yet, so it's still a little sketchy in places. And as you can see, still some snow on the ground in places. So took off the full knobbies, didn't put the slicks on, but I have an older set of Clement Last 33s, and they are a file tread, and they have a little knobby edge to them on the side. Perfecto for a day like today. Running them at 50 PSI, which you know, jump in here, people. So these aren't tubeless, so I'm running inner tubes, 50 PSI. I weigh 147 pounds. I'm just not super comfortable to go much lower than 50 PSI. I could, they'd be way more comfortable, and I'd certainly have a bit more traction, but I'm always wary of that pinch flat, especially when I'm running inner tubes. I don't know, tell me what you think. If you weigh around 145 pounds, 150 pounds, how low do you go when you're running inner tubes?
Hello.
Hello. Okay, 2 things we need from you this week.
Oh, okay.
First of all, how were your 2 weeks in Vietnam?
2 weeks in Vietnam were pretty incredible. If you haven't been, I highly recommend it. I was really worried about that 15-hour flight. That was the longest leg of my 3 flights. But it wasn't so bad. You know, I probably slept intermittently 8 hours of it. Watched a couple of movies, a little bit of TV. Not so bad. Time passed. Got up, moved around a couple of times.
Where did you go?
I landed in Ho Chi Minh City, and I was there for a few days, and then to Da Nang, and from Da Nang did a couple of day trips out to Hue and to Hoi An and to Bana Hills, and then back to Ho Chi Minh City for a couple of days, and then back to beautiful, glorious Canada. Cold, cold Canada.
And your biggest takeaway from your trip to Vietnam?
I'm not sure yet. There was a lot of things about it to take in. I really, you know, I had a sense of the disparity that the, you know, people live with when things were so cheap for me, using the Canadian dollar, exchanged Canadian dollar, just how incredibly inexpensive so many things were. It's big. Ho Chi Minh is incredible. It's a big, busy city. The food is amazing. People are super kind. And it was fantastic. It's busy. I'd like to see more of Vietnam and go north where I think it's not quite as busy. But Ho Chi Minh, like, no joke crossing those streets. It's no joke.
Awesome. So the other thing I wanted to ask you, how's the torn stretched rotator cuff injury progressing?
Well, I've made lots of progress. I would like to thank swimming every morning in Vietnam, I think, for a big leap in its progression. It's getting better. I mean, when I first did it, I really couldn't move my arm at all. Like, I couldn't lift, I couldn't stretch, I couldn't hold anything. It was quite awful. But now I can do that. And I can do that. So we're getting there. It still hurts and it limits things that I do.
And more importantly, how does it impact your cycling, your indoor cycling?
Importantly, well, it hurts a lot. Leaning hurts. So I can't do it for too long. I'm trying to build up and just do it longer and longer when I'm riding. So that's where I notice it, is just that I get a lot of pain up in this area if I'm leaning and putting weight on it for too long. But this week, I was able to open doors with my hand, so I'm pretty excited about that with my right.
So how many months has it been with this injury?
We're 4 now.
4 months.
Yeah. Christmas Day.
Yeah.
It's a long time. I could not have imagined that it would take this long and be so slow.
Yeah.
But we're getting there.
Should start this out by saying I have a lot of cycling stuff. A lot. Accrued over the years. I've got multiple helmets. That's just 3 of the 5 that I have. I have multiple pairs of shoes. That's just 4 of probably 6 pairs of shoes that I have, and that I use in rotation. Cycling kit. Cycling kit. This mountain of Lycra is just a small slice of what I have. And I love it. But the question is, do I need more of it? I don't think so. Just to add on to Linda's comments about Vietnam, she recommends Bona Hills. So put that in your itinerary if you plan on heading over to Vietnam. Okay, so cycling budgets. There was a time where I didn't really have one. I'd buy a new helmet every year, new shoes, new kit. Not a new bike every year, but pretty damn close. So putting a cap on all of that, I think I'm going to try. Now, there's a few things I need to get this year. I need a new set of leg warmers. I need some stand sealant for the tubeless setups that we run. And small things, maybe an inner tube here or there, maybe some tire irons. I think that's about it. So I'm capping it this year. 2025's budget is $250. That's what I'm spending on me. I may spend something on Linda because her birthday falls in August. We'll see. That may be cycling related, maybe not. But for me personally, 2025's budget will be $250. If I can keep it under that, bonus. I will update you as the season progresses as to how frivolous my spending gets. Anywho, have a great week. Covered a lot today. Covered Vietnam, covered San Francisco, covered spring in Ottawa, a little bit of noodling out on the bike, and guest appearance by the lovely Linda. More next week. We will regroup. Take care.